Now, let's stay with our colleagues worth celebrating. This man is one of the pioneers in Ghanaian private broadcasting and is still in active practice, hoping to retire with the Multimedia Group. Laryea has seen it all in journalism, but what's brought him here and why has he stayed on for close to 2 decades? For our 25th anniversary, my colleague Justice Baidu set out to find out in this report.
This is Laryea in the year 2000.
I had butterflies in my stomach.
It was the very early days of private TV broadcasting in Ghana. TV3, the TV station he was working with then, was only 3 years old.
Growing up, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to become a pilot because I had this uncle who was working with the United Nations, and he traveled a lot, and he told us tales about aeroplanes and the fact that you get whatever you wanted in an aeroplane. As far as food is concerned, I was a hungry boy at the time, so I thought, okay, so if he, a passenger, could get whatever he wanted on a plane, then how much more the pilot?
In 2004, Israel came to JoyNews in a fairy tale scenario.
So I actually approached Joy FM through Komladomo. He came to TV3 one time for an interview, and when he was leaving, I had a conversation with him and I asked him, what does he think? I'm thinking about, coming to do something with Joy. And he said, yeah, why not? And that was it. He arranged, and I came in for an interview. So I came in to do bulletins around his show.
One line.
So you mean from this
Israel was part of what became a golden generation of journalists and broadcasters who made JoyNews the standard of journalism in Ghana.
Joy FM did to radio what TV3 did to TV in Ghana. Everybody wanted to belong to Joy. Everyone wanted to be a part of the Joy story. Everybody was listening to Joy FM. Everybody was listening to Joy FM. And so yes, it was, and it felt good. So because of that, it felt good to be working here at Joy FM. Because we're the kings in town. We're running the city.
In 2008, he became the first Ghanaian journalist to win in the coveted CNN African Journalists of the Year award.
It was a story about a little girl who was staying with her guardians. She was supposed to be like a house help, and she was being molested. And the neighbors blew the whistle and drew our attention. I went with the office pickup, so I got the pickup to drive back up to the gate. I stood in the bucket of the pickup, and I reached my recorder over the gate to get to interview her. So I spoke with her. She told me her story. So that was the story. And when I joined Joy FM, I had not done actual journalism. I was doing news anchoring. I had done a couple of stories. When I came to Joy FM, I came to learn how to edit sounds properly. Cool edit, we called it back then.
The Ghana Tourism Authority says drinking
today, Easy, as he is called by many, remains one of the country's private broadcasters who are still in active work. So what has kept him here for this whole time?
It's because here at JoyNews, I believe that we can practice the journalism the way it should be practiced. Very early on when I joined Joy FM, I had a story. The company rep came, I recall, we're here, a small corner. And he was insisting that we should drop the story. And he wasn't going to react, he wasn't going to respond. And they threatened us that if we aired the story, they were going to pull out their adverts, the commercials from the station. We did the story, they pulled out the adverts. And they were paying some big bucks. The company stood by me and lost money, that much money, all because of a story I had. And it was at that point that I told myself, yeah, this is a place to be.
Looking into the future, he wants to use his platform to benefit more people beyond journalism.
I want to continue to do stories or tell stories or do things that impact on people directly. And I want to use my influence to benefit people. So that's why I have this, I started this Surviving COVID-19 series.
Justice Beidou, JoyNews, Accra.
A long, rich, and definitely enviable career is your life. Good afternoon. You're still live on JoyNews today with me, Daniel Daze. Coming up in business, IMF pushes for increased taxes to contain rising debt stock and reduce government's dependency on aid. And Daryl Kwao has details after this.